your flagship station for USJ Bruin sports. News Talk 101.5 FM and .5digital.com.
Well, if you're watching the game at WNWS.com, you'll see that during the national anthem, the flag was just, well, it's going to be an old ragged flag by the end of the day. That's how strong the wind is. It's blowing from left to right field, so left-handed batters would have the advantage today to get that up in the wind. And who knows? We've seen some long balls here at the ballpark this year. My name's Dan Reeves, along with Coach Joe Holloway. Dan DiFilippo is producing and directing. You can watch the game at WNWS.com. Paul Schulze, Lawson Mann, Worthy Road Studios, along with Michael Osborne, making that happen on our digital TV network. Leading off for Harding Academy, the Lions, Jared Kirkman, Ty Wooten, and Noah Sharp all scheduled to bat here in the first inning for USJ. Pitching is Tucker Smith. Coach, he's a crafty left-hander who will be called on to take USJ and keep them in the winner's bracket today.
You're right about that, Dan. He needs to keep the ball down. When he does, he's a very good pitcher. Dan, a trivia quiz for you. The helmets of Harding Academy look like what former baseball teams' hats and helmets?
Montreal Expos.
You're absolutely right. You win the tuna fish sandwich.
Hope it's on wheat.
That's the one y'all promised Bob the other day.
Here's Smith. First pitch is outside and high. Ball one to Jared Kirkman, the center fielder for Harding Academy, leading off today's game. You know, it's funny you mentioned that because Chuck Powell and I were talking about the old Memphis Chicks. The 1-0's downstairs, 2-0 on leadoff man Jared Kirkman for the Lions. The Expos and the Memphis Chicks had a long-running affiliation. Here's the 2-0. Outside, it's 3-0.
Yeah, you don't want to get behind here, and you're right. Some great players came through Memphis.
Rio pitch. Just inside, I guess. Ball four. Four straight pitches, and Jared Kirkman is on first base. That'll bring up the shortstop for Harding, Ty Wooten. Ty hits from the right side of the plate against the left-handed pitching Tucker Smith for USJ.
He really crowds the plate, too, Dan. He's right there at the back foot's right at the edge of the chalkboard.
He's on it. Good size lead over at first by Kirkman. First pitch nearly did hit him. It hit him. Curveball that just kept breaking in on the batter and hit his shin. So the first two batters have reached base for Harding Academy. And that'll bring up the number 3 hole hitter, the pitcher and a great athlete, Noah Sharp, with a chance to do some early damage for the Lions.
Really gave his third base coach a long look as the third base coach went through a whole bunch of signals.
Smith working out of the stretch with runners on first and second. Nobody out. We're at the top of the first inning. USJ hosting Harding Academy here in the district tournaments. Curveball caught the inside corner. Strike one call.
And Dan, I believe that's the first strike thrown by Smith. And want to come back here. You want a ground ball or strike out here.
Top of inning number 1 just underway. USJ and Harding Academy. Here's Tucker Smith's 0-1 bunt attempt. Fouled away at home plate down that first base line. You win here, you remain in the winners bracket. It's a double elimination tournament. USJ would play again at 7 p.m., I think, Tuesday at St. George's. 0-2 on Sharp. Here's Smith. Fires upstairs. Snap throw to first. And back safely is Wooten. That one nearly got by Wall into right field. Wall made a great play at first base to save that one. He had to dive inside the bag to snag that throw.
Yeah, Nate Wall's been a good glove man over there all year. He's played a little second base also this year.
So 1-2 on Noah Sharp. Smith comes to the plate. Curveball grounded to shortstop. To second for one. and not going to have time at first base. But the lead man, well, I should say not the lead man, the runner at second cut down. That will have runners on the corners for
First baseman
Harding
Swanberg.
with one out, and the cleanup hitter, left-handed hitting Chris Swanberg, with a chance to draw first blood for Harding Academy.
I'm going to have a pinch runner.
It's like maybe Colin Anderson going to pinch run for Harding Academy over at first base. So Chris Swanberg, the cleanup hitter, stands in there with one out. Runners on the corners for Harding Academy. Scoreless, top of the first inning here at USJ.
Open stance, and the infield's at double play depth, Dan.
Austin Tucker, the left-hander, fires. Downstairs, ball one. This game is brought to you in part by Coyote Blues. Mesquite grilled chicken fajitas. Oh, boy, those are tremendous at Coyote Blues at 4 Stonebridge Boulevard in Jackson. There's 1-0. One be made. Throw to first base. Back easily is the pinch runner Anderson. Harding Academy, 18 wins, 16 losses on the year. Very tough schedule. Here's a 1-0. Curveball. Soft liner in the left field. That's going to drop for a base hit. And Kirkman will score as Harding Academy takes a 1-0 lead. Coach, he didn't hit it hard, but he hit it where they weren't. Where we weren't. And Harding Academy up 1-0.
Kind of like you served it out there in tennis. It went to a spot where nobody could get to it.
Perfectly placed. That'll bring the third baseman to the plate, Casey Hartford. Still only one out and runners on first and second. 1-0 Harding Academy. At the top of the first inning at USJ. Tucker Smith working out of the stretch. Fires. Strike one called inside corner.
Good pitch, good placement. It was really tough on the right-hander to hit that pitch because of where he, again, checked the back foot. Moved it off a little bit. A minute ago was on the chalk. Now he's moved it off about an inch, 2 inches.
0-1 on Hartford. Smith comes set. Fires. Popped him up. This was going to make the seats. It's 0-2. Hey, if you're text this, let us know where you're listening and watching today's game on the Robinson Toyota text line 731-277-5155. Coach Joe and I will read those on the air. Got one from Rossville, Georgia. Watching Thad Pustakavich.
A lot of baseball played down there in Rossville.
Here's the 0-2 on its way. Fouled it back to the screen. He spoiled a very good pitch.
Well, he was just trying to stay alive then. Did a good job of it.
Is this Rossville or Roseville? Oh, that's Roseville, California. Pardon me.
Okay.
Where is Roseville, California? Been all over the state. I do not recall Roseville.
Well, I'm sure not familiar with it. I've only been in California once in my life. That was when we played basketball out there.
Where'd you guys visit?
Went to Pepperdine. Got to see Venice Beach.
The 0-2. Inside, gets by the catcher. Oh, wait a minute, it hit him. The second batter of the first inning to be hit by that curveball that just kept coming inside. And Hartford will take first base. That'll load the bases, and Hartford was really bailed out. He was in a 0-2 hole. Now the bases are loaded as the catcher, Bam Cochran, hits from the right side of the plate. Will stand in there, one out, and the base is full of Lions. It's 1-0 Harding Academy. Top of the first inning, still only one out.
And back at double play depth is the infield for USJ.
First pitch, swing and a miss, strike one.
Good ground ball, and to get out of this inning.
0-1 on the catcher, Bam Cochran. Smith fires, swing and a miss. Off speed stop, had him out in front. It's 0-2.
Pull that string on him a little bit.
Now, where is Pepperdine, Coach?
Pepperdine's you fly into LAX, and Pepperdine's on right across from Venice Beach. That's where Kirk Gehring played basketball, too, for a year.
I'd forgotten that. 0-2 on Cochran. This could be a big out. Here's the 0-2. High it outside, wasted one. It's 1-2. Yeah, I had lunch right there at Venice Beach on the boardwalk with Shaggy and Juicy Juice a couple of years ago.
Couple of good people to have lunch with.
One ball and two strikes at Bam Cochran. Tiger Smith comes set, fires. He struck him out. Blew the fastball by him. He had him set up with a couple of off-speed pitches, Coach. He ran it back, blew that one right by him.
That one had a little juice on it, and a good job by Tucker Smith.
2 gone, bases loaded for the designated hitter, Drew Stanford. Drew hits from the left side of the plate against the left-handed pitching Carson Smith. Or make that Tucker Smith. Who's Carson Smith? Is that the guy that replaced Bill O'Reilly?
It may be. Notice the extreme open stance, and what he'll do is, as the pitch is on the way, he'll step back towards the pitcher in the plate.
Fastball, just low, ball 1. Tucker Smith is deceptive with his fastball. He can bring it.
Yes, he is.
1 ball, no strikes to Stanford. Here's the 1-0. Strike 1 call.
Very good pitch.
Smith kind of finding his groove, isn't he?
He is, and doing a good job of it, too. Because he could have blown sky high early when bases and hits batsmen and things like that.
Ball and a strike on the designated hitter, Drew Stanford. Smith fires. Curveball just downstairs. Ball 2. Like a good pitch.
Yeah, I'd like to have one of those things they have in Major League Baseball that frame it and look at it on tape then.
Well, here comes the wind again, Coach.
Yep.
Two one. On the corner with a fastball. Strike 2 call. Gorgeous pitch, huh?
Big pitch here. You don't want to run it to 3-2 where you start the merry-go-round with the runners going. This is the pitch you want to get him on.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Drew Stanford. The base is loaded. Top of the first inning. 2 out. 1 in for Harding Academy. The 2-2. Grounded softly to shortstop. Over to first. And plenty of time to retire the Lions. So 1 run and 3 left on base here. After 1 hit to the first inning for Harding Academy, Fusta Cabbage making a nice play at shortstop to end the inning. We move to the bottom of the first inning. It's Harding 1 and USJ nothing on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 and WN and WS.com.
When you step into King Jewelers, you're stepping into a family-owned business with nearly 30 years of experience. Let Grover King set you up with estate jewelry or the amazing Citizen Echo Drive watch, as well as custom-designed jewelry. King Jewelers buys gold and silver, offers Rolex repair, as well as watch and jewelry repair. Check out the selection of gemstone jewelry and diamond stud earrings. Store hours are Monday through Friday, 9:30 till 5:30 and 10 till 2 on Saturday.
King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, and a brand new King Jewelers location in downtown Jackson. Do you have cataracts, glaucoma, or any form of eye disease? At Hughes Eye Center, our physicians include residency-trained optometrists, surgical ophthalmologists, retinal surgeons, and oculoplastic surgeons, all right here in Jackson, Tennessee at Hughes Eye Center. There's no need to drive to Memphis or Nashville for your surgical eye care needs. Call 664-1994 to schedule your consultation. At Hughes Eye Center on Stonebridge in Jackson, that's 664-1994.
Now back to USJ Baseball on News Talk 101.5 FM and .5digital.com.
We move to the top of the, or make that the bottom of the first inning. 1-0 Harding Academy. Thad Fusta Cabbage will lead off. Who made a nice play there to end the inning, Coach?
He surely did. Came up and he took a look. The runner was too close second, and he shot and went over there to first base wall.
Mr. Cabbage digs in. First pitch out of the strike zone, ball one.
Noah Sharp opened up with a curveball.
The 1-0 from Sharp is outside 2-0. Mr. Cabbage, by no mistake that he leads off, he will make you work. The 2-0 fouled behind home plate. It's 2-1.
Usually has a very good eye at the plate, and you're right. He'll foul some pitches off, make you work.
Two ones in the dirt. It's 3-1. Young man for Harding Academy. Noah Sharp is a hard thrower, isn't he?
He really is. He brings it on.
Three one is way outside, and Mr. Cabbage will take first base. A leadoff walk for the Bruins. And that will bring up Cade Salmons, who plays center field for the Bruins. It hits from the left side of the plate.
Cade had a big bunt back in the first inning yesterday that he dropped down and got on base.
One nothing. Harding Academy out in front on a windy day at USJ. First pitch to Sanders is outside, ball one. So we have witnessed both pitchers a little bit shaky to start the game. Tucker Smith kind of got a groove and was stronger as the inning progressed for USJ. Throw over to first, diving back safely is Booster Cabbage.
That's not Sharp. That's not Sharp's best move. That's the let you know I know you're there move.
2-0 on Sanders. 2-0 is upstairs. I'll make it now. That's 2-0. Sharp's a great athlete, isn't he, Coach?
He really is.
Two balls and no strikes in Salmons. A 2-0. Fastball right down the pipe. It's 2-1.
Salmons was taking it all the way, and that time Cabbage got a great lead, and had he been stealing, would have had a pretty good jump on the pitcher.
Mr. Cabbage, throw over. He's back safely. Sharp is really bothered by Booster Cabbage. That's what you want out of your base runner. Your leadoff man to worry the pitcher to death.
Absolutely. Lose that because you got to focus when you throw the plate.
Sharp out of the stretch, fires, swing and a miss. It's 2-2. That ball just tailed away from the left-handed hitting Salmons, almost like a screwball.
Yeah, if you make contact with it, really and truly, you'd want to take it to left field. There's no way to pull that pitch.
No. Kind of cross-fired him there. There's a 2-2 to Salmons. Sharp will throw to first. Booster Cabbage dives back safely. 1-0 Harding Academy here on the bottom of inning number one. Booster Cabbage drew a leadoff walk for USJ. He's still at first base. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Another screwball. Some screwball action from the right-handed pitching Sharp. And now one gone, and Booster Cabbage still at first base. And the number 3 hitter, second baseman Jake Overton, who hits from the right side of the plate.
Jake had 2 hits, I believe, last night.
Another throw to first base. Back safely is Booster Cabbage. Coach, that may be throw number 4 over there.
I believe it is. And again, he had the good lead. He's at the cutout, got that back foot right at the edge of the cutout.
Sharp comes set. Curveball, caught the corner. Strike one called.
Well, after being a little wild to open the inning, Sharp has found the plate again.
Much like Tucker Smith for USJ. Got to get comfortable out there on the mound. 0-1 to Overton. The 0-1 is fouled back into the crowd. It's 0-2. Got a Robinson Toyota text, says Roseville, California is in the Sacramento metropolitan area. Hey, just rode a Harley through there last August. Another throw to first base. Puts the Cabbage back safely.
And, of course, Sacramento, the home of the Sacramento Kings basketball team and the capital of California.
0-2 on Overton. There goes Booster Cabbage. It's a ball outside, and no throw will be made. As Thad swipes second base. So the Bruins have the potential tying run on second base with one out in the bottom of the first inning. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count on second baseman Jake Overton for the Bruins. Outfield playing shallow. The 1-2, bouncing ball towards shortstop. Fielded cleanly over to first in time for out number 2. Booster Cabbage will move over to third base. So 2 gone. And the hot-hitting Eli Browse, the third baseman, with a chance to tie the ball game. It's a nice play. It's short. That ball took a crazy hop on him right before he fielded it.
Yeah, it went sideways, and the young man at short, that's Wooten. He has a great arm over there.
Here's Browse. First pitch downstairs, ball 1.
And the folks watching home, you can see the shortstop and second baseman will back up the pitcher in case of an overthrow with the runner on third.
Here's the 1-0 to Browse. Curveball, fouled it back and out of play. Well, that curve kind of hung right there on the eyes of Eli Browse. I know Eli would like to have another shot at that one.
Yes, the young man on the mound, very lucky because Eli could have easily lost that one for him.
Here's the 1-1. Another curveball, stayed high, 2-1.
But it broke much better than the previous one did.
Two balls and a strike on Eli Browse. Here's the 2-1, swing and a miss at the fastball, high and tight. That'll even the count at 2-2. We get the twos, deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Here at the bottom of inning number 1. 1-0 Harding Academy. Van Booster Cabbage stands at third base. The 2-2 fouled back to the screen. Another high fastball. The Red Sox lead Minnesota 8-1. That game is in the bottom of the 4th inning in Minnesota. Two balls and 2 strikes to Eli Browse. Here's the 2-2 curveball. That's wow! That was outside by
That's horrible.
about 6 inches, and he caught it. Caught him out looking. So that'll do it. Jack Peel with some words for the home plate umpire. I don't blame him.
Oh, Dan, he done made his mind up what he was going to call, and he did not see the pitch.
So that'll do it for inning number 1. We move on to the second inning. It's 1-0 Harding Academy on Jackson's News Talk, 101.5 and .5digital.com.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. Termites are swarming right now, but you already knew that. But did you know this? Quality termite protection at your house shouldn't cost $300 to $400 per year. That's an insane amount of money to have your home protected. Did you know that almost every builder in West Tennessee chooses us to do their termite pre-treatments? Before some door-to-door salesman convinces you to spend thousands, call us first to see if we pre-treated your home. People always ask me, do you answer your phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? My answer is always the same. When you need someone, you'll find them, and I want that to be us. Please give us the opportunity to earn your business for all of your termite needs, ants, and man, they're bad this time of year, spiders, including brown recluse, flea, tick, wasp, mice, and wood fungus, floor supports, or anything else that has to do with your home. Give us a call 24 hours a day at 660-1052. That's Southeastern, 660-1052.
Back to USJ Baseball on News Talk 101.5 FM and .5digital.com.
We move on to the second inning. It's 1-0 Harding Academy. My name's Dan Reeves along with Coach Joe Holloway. Dan DeFilippo producing and directing. Due up here in the second inning for Harding Academy. Jacob Simmons, Keith Boniford, and Jake Stewart. Simmons will lead off, the right fielder. Hits on the right side of the plate as Tucker Smith will go to work for inning number 2. 1-0. Harding Academy enjoying the slimmest of margins with the win, with the lead. First pitch, a curveball, caught the outside corner, strike one called.
Dan, I'm doing what you shouldn't do. I'm still stewing over that call. You got to move on, even with a bad call.
That ball was a good 6 inches outside.
Yeah.
Here's the 0-1. Curveball, called strike two. I guess you could call that a little bit of payback. That one seemed to curve around the plate. What'd you think?
Yeah, that one.
But that was close right there.
Yeah.
The other one wasn't, not so much, huh, Coach?
Yep.
0-2 to Stanford. Here's the 0-2. It's outside, ball one. Jacob Simmons at the plate, the right fielder, leading off the second inning for Harding Academy. Harding has a 1-0 lead over the Bruins. USJ stranded Booster Cabbage over at third base. Here's the 1-2. Struck him out looking. Curveball caught the outside corner of the plate, so one gone.
Second baseman Keith
And second baseman Keith Boniford's right-handed hitter will stand in the box against Tucker Smith, who's really settling in out there on the mound.
Rough start. Walk a couple of hits batsmen, but doing really well now.
Boniford hits out of the ninth. Hole for Harding Academy. Fastball is downstairs, ball one. One and 0 to Keith Boniford. Here's Tucker Smith out of the windup. He uncoils. Curveball. Strike called on the outside corner. Well, I think both pitchers know now that outside corner is very liberal.
You learn what an umpire likes, and we have now learned something.
Ball and a strike on Boniford. Here's the 1-1. Fouled back and out of play. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Keith Boniford.
And I better leave it at that, though, Dan, about what we've learned about the strikes and balls.
Now, we have learned that, Coach.
Yes.
I'll agree. Coach Joe Holloway. He tells it like it is. Here's the 1-2. Curveball. That was outside. 2-2. Well, Tucker is seeing just how far he could throw it off the plate to get that strike called.
You're right.
2
Wind's
balls.
picked up again, Dan.
Yes, it is. It's gusting up to 30 miles per hour out of the west. Here's the 2-2. Bouncing ball up the middle. Here's Booster Cabbage near second base. Fields it on the move. And over to first base, round number 2. Booster Cabbage, a very athletic shortstop. So 2 gone. Back to the top of the lineup for Harding Academy. Jared Kirkland, the center fielder.
Kirkland walked the first time, and he has scored the only run in this contest.
Both teams got their leadoff man on by way of walk. USJ stranded Booster Cabbage at third. Curveball and a beauty. Called strike one. Smith really finding a groove, isn't he, Coach?
Yes, he is, and that curveball looks good right now.
0-1 to Jared Kirkman. The Lion center fielder. Nobody on base. 2 down. The 0-1 curveball. It's lined in the right field for a base hit. So a 2-out single by Kirkman. And Ty Wooten, the shortstop, will be due up next.
Good piece of hitting on the inside-out swing then.
You just got to hand it to Kirkman on that, like you said, Coach. That was just a nice job of hitting.
It really was.
He had a good pitch.
Yes, he did. Wooten got hit by a pitch in the first inning and was rubbed out on a 6-4 force play.
Part of 2 batters hit by a pitch in the first inning by Tucker Smith. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Kirkman wants to run over at first base. We'll keep an eye on him. Taylor Howell does a good job behind home plate, not allowing runners to have an easy pass down to second. 1-0 to Ty Wooten. Here's Tucker Smith out of the stretch. Strike called inside corner with a curveball.
Good pitch, but Tucker Smith did a great job. Deep the runner in. He was actually moving back towards first base then.
Ball and a strike on Ty Wooten. 2 gone, top of the second inning. Here's the 1-1 in the dirt. Nice job by the catcher for USJ to keep that one in front of him.
What'd you see? Taylor Howell looked like a cat pouncing out there after a ball.
Taylor does a great job behind home plate, and he is very athletic. Coach, one of the quickest out of his stance, as you'll see, out of that squatting position. 2-1 on Wooten. Smith out of the stretch. Fires. Curveball outside corner. Called strike 2. Beautiful pitch on that outside corner.
Perfect placement.
For this umpire, perfect.
Yes.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Consistency is the key, though. You know what? For any umpire.
Absolutely.
2-2. There goes the runner. It's inside, and there will not be a throw made, as Kirkman will take second base. So a runner in scoring position. 2 gone. Top of the second inning. Harding Academy with a 1-0 lead. The count's full on Ty Wooten. And Jerry Kirkman's down at second base. Tucker Smith, the Bruin pitcher, comes set. Smith's pitch, curveball, stayed outside, ball 4. So some 2-out noise here at the top of the second inning by Harding Academy. And now the number 3 hole hitter, pitcher Noah Sharp, and this is not the man you want to face in this situation, Coach.
No, very athletic young man on last time with a fielder's choice.
We'll see if Tucker Smith can pitch out of trouble here in the second inning. Smith pickoff attempt at second base. He's back there safely. Jerry Kirkman had to stretch out to get back safely.
It's a good move, though, throwing back there, because he was taking some liberties then.
Smith's pitch. Fastball outside corner. Called a strike 1. Tucker Smith, a smart pitcher. Well, he has recognized what we have, that this umpire loves that outside corner, and he's working it over.
You're right about that.
0-1 to Sharp. Smith takes a look down to second base. There goes the runner. The pitch is bounced in the hole between third and short. That's going to get a run home as Kirkman rounds third base. He'll score, and Harding Academy will take a 2-0 lead. And that was a case of Al Stevens, the head coach, pushing all the right buttons, because had he not sent the runner, chances are Eli Browse would have fielded that, would have stepped on third base. But because Browse was over to cover third base, that got between shortstop and third. And the Lions have a 2-0 lead. With the cleanup hitter, Chris Swanberg, the first baseman, at the plate.
And Colin Anderson on the pinch run for the pitcher. You've got the obvious re-entry rule, or the pinch runner rule, that covers catchers and pitchers.
2-0, Harding Academy. Swanberg, the left-handed batter, stands in there with runners on first and second. Tucker Smith, the left-handed pitcher for the Bruins, out of the stretch. Smith fires, lined into center field, moving over to his left and putting that one away. For out number 3 is center fielder Cade Sammons making a nice play. So the Lions add to the lead after an inning and a half. It's Harding Academy 2 and USJ nothing on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 at WN and WS.com.
Do you know who to call?
Hey, Dan, raise the volume on the commercials.
Or have repair work around your home or office.
Paul
Who
says
would you
he can
call
barely
if you had
pick 'em
storm
up.
damage or a pipe
Commercials.
burst? Make your first call the first
Thank you, Dan.
Home first.
Did you
Number
get that?
736-0711. Put that in your phone right now.
Yeah, but if I do it, I'll be redlining.
All the workers at Home Pros are licensed, insured, and complete custom builders.
Yeah, just bring them up a little bit if you would. We'll try it and then bring it back out about where you had us for play-by-play. Thank you, Danny big boy. Appreciate your help.
Under your house,
No
call
problem.
Home Pros today for a free inspection. Home Pros will work with you and for you during any insurance claim at your home to make sure your house
You know what,
is
Dan?
better than ever before.
Don't do
Call the
that. I
people
can
that
handle it on
Home
this end.
Pros,
You don't have to redline them.
736-07.
I'll handle it on this end, okay?
Right, Bill. No one does it better than Home Pros Restoration. Call today. 0711. That's Home Pros Restoration. Call today and get the free home inspection. 736-0711. Home Pros Restoration.
Now back to USJ Baseball on News Talk 101.5 FM and .5digital.com.
To the bottom of the second inning we go. It's 2-0 Harding Academy for USJ. Leading off the second inning is the catcher, Taylor Howell. Howell hits for the right side of the plate. First pitch is upstairs. Ball one for the right-handed pitching Noah Sharp. 2-0 Harding Academy, Coach.
Yep, this one started like last night's.
Here's a line drive, left field. That's going to get over into the power alley. On the move is the center fielder back near the warning track and making the catch. For out number one. That one got up there in the wind, Coach, and we got pushed over towards center field. And in that power alley, back there near the warning track, Jared Kirkman tracked it down for out number one.
Well, all the fielders are fighting two things. One is a high sky, and two, the wind blowing the ball. And the wind, again, is still blowing from left field towards right field.
One gone and nobody on base for the designated hitter, Rhett Peel, the son of head coach Jack Peel. Rhett hits from the right side. First pitch, curveball, and a beauty. Called strike one. Coach, that had a lot of bite to that curve.
It really did. Now, Rhett last night had a double and a triple, and I believe had 3 or 4 RBIs. I don't have my RBI chart.
The 0-1 outside. It's 1-1. Sharp loves to lead off with that curveball. He has a lot of confidence in it.
Well, when you can throw that any time you want to with confidence, it makes you a much more effective pitcher.
Ball and a strike on Rhett Peel. One out, nobody on base. Bottom of the second inning. Bounce to the mound and a high hop. Sharp fields it and over to first base in time to retire Rhett Peel. So 2 gone and nobody on base for left fielder Kyle Stanford. 2-0 Harding Academy. This game is presented in part by Carlock Nissan of Jackson. Special financing happening right now at Carlock Nissan of Jackson. Visit CarlockNissanofJackson.com where you can shop online. Here's a line driving to center field and deep. Way back there near the track. It's going to get over the head of the center fielder and roll to the wall. Rounding first, cruising into second base with a 2-out stand-up double is Kyle Stanford. He ripped into that one, Coach, and the wind pushed it away from the center fielder. And the Bruins have a runner on second base with 2 gone.
You're absolutely correct on that. And last night, Kyle had 2 hits, and he continues his very fine hitting, of course.
He's red hot, isn't he?
Yeah, John had a big double last night in that 5th inning where USJ scored so many runs. We got 3 Stanfords in the ball game today.
We'll see if the Stanford boys can break through on the scoreboard, because
you're right, Kyle.
John Stanford, the right fielder, is batting, and his brother Kyle, who plays left field, is standing at second base with that double. Sharp looks in, out of the stretch, line drive, center field. That's going to get down a base hit. Here is Kyle rounding third. He's headed towards home. He's going to be safe at home. And John will take second base on the throw, and the Stanford boys ride again. And the Bruins get a run on the scoreboard. It's 2-1 Harding Academy.
First baseman, take ball.
You're right. The importance of throwing it low enough to cut off, man. They couldn't have cut that one off, even if the throw had been on the line. It was too high.
Fundamentals out, Coach.
Absolutely.
So here is Nate Wall, the great first baseman for the Bruins. But he's got a chance at a 2-out RBI. First pitch is out of the strike zone. Ball 1 to Nate. Son of Jimmy Wall. One of our good friends here in the press box. Nate's a nice young man. We talked with him last night. Here's the 1-0. Fast strike on the inside corner. We can't thank Chuck Powell and Jimmy Wall enough for having us as guests here at the press box on these windy days to keep our mics out of the wind.
We are in debt to them.
Here's the 1-1. Curve ball, that's staying inside. 2-1 on Wall.
Good idea by Wall. Of course, like I said, I think back about it, really had a great night. 3 hits last week in a game we did. Or was that Tuesday? It may have been Tuesday night. A lot of baseball being played.
A lot of baseball. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fastball, chopped foul down the third base line over the head of Jack Peel.
I wanted to see Jack jump after that one.
I'd like to see Jack jump.
Yeah, I'd like to know what his vertical jump is.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Nate Wall, the Bruins first baseman. John Stanford at second base for the Bruins. Here's the 2-2. Fought it off to stay alive. Fouled it back to the screen. And Nate really did a good job of that one because that ball that was that screwball, and it came in on him, and he stayed with it just to fight it off.
Yeah, there's a little movement inside.
The deuce is a wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. It's way outside. That'll run the count full. That curveball got away from the shot. Great job behind home plate. Well, that one would have gotten to the backstop. Bam Cochran, the catcher.
He held it too long. You got to cut it loose just a little higher.
Payoff pitch due to Nate Wall. Sharp comes set. The payoff. Foul back to the screen. Nate Wall stays alive, really making sharp work here in the second inning because, Coach, there was 2 quick outs in this inning before Kyle Stanford's doubled, and then John drove him home.
Done a good piece of hitting to stay alive up there.
Payoff pitch due again to Nate Wall. Sharp out of the stretch, fires. It's high, ball 4, and a great at bat for Nate Wall. He'll take first base, and the Bruins have something cooking with 2 outs. And back to the top of the lineup, and Thad Pusta-Cabbage will hit from the right side of the plate. And when you've got a hitter like Nate Wall hitting out of the 9-hole, that's something special. That really helps your team out. Keep a rally brewing for the Bruins. So Wall is at first base and Stanford at second. First pitch to Pusta-Cabbage, swinging a miss. It gets underneath and through the wickets of the catcher. So both Stanford and Wall will move up 90 feet. So the Bruins now with runners on second and third. Thad Pusta-Cabbage has a chance to put the Bruins out in front. 0-1 on Pusta-Cabbage. 2 gone. We're in the bottom of the second inning. 2-1. Harding Academy with the lead. Here's the 0-1. It's upstairs. That'll even the count of the ball in the strike. It's a tough one to lay off of, wasn't it, Coach?
Yes, it was. And he wanted to, but good discipline at the plate then.
Ball in a strike on Thad Pusta-Cabbage. Here's the 1-1. It's inside. 2-1. These Bruin batters are very disciplined this season. You notice that?
Yes, they are.
Stanford down at third base. Wall at second base. Pusta-Cabbage in the batter's box with a 2-1 count. Here's the 2-1. It's inside. 3-1. Kate Savage is on deck for the Bruins. 3 balls and 1 strike on Thad Pusta-Cabbage. Here's Sharp's 3-1. It's inside. Ball 4, and the Bruins have loaded the bases with 2 out here in the bottom of the second inning. And remember, there were 2 quick outs. I think it was 3 pitches, Coach, to start this inning, and 2 outs on those 3 pitches. And then Kyle Stanford doubled. Then John Stanford knocked him home. Nate Wall drew a walk, and now Thad Pusta-Cabbage draws a walk. The bases are full of Bruins, and Cade Savage with a chance to give the Bruins the lead.
And Cade 0 for 1, normally a really good contact hitter. This is more settling down and want to remind the infielders to knock the ball down. You got to force it any base, and it wasn't just for the pitcher, but the opening remarks were to calm him down.
Pitching coach making a visit to the mound, and now Cade Savage, a left-handed batter, the center fielder for the Bruins. With the bases full of Bruins and nowhere to put Savage after back-to-back walks. Sharp will work out of the stretch with the bases loaded and 2 outs. First pitch, it's outside, ball 1.
Big gap to left center field. If Salmons could put one in that area, it'd look like a relay team in the 400-meter relay.
You ain't kidding, Coach, and there's room down the left field line as well. 1-0 to Salmons. Here's the 1-0. It's outside, not even close. It's 2-0. And, Coach, I guess at this point, you want Salmons to look at a strike before he starts hacking at it.
You really do. I'll be surprised if he's got the green light. If I'm the pitcher, Sharp, I'm going to come, and the pitching coach is calling the pitches. I'll come back with my best pitch.
Here's the 2-0. Line drive, and beautifully scooped at second base over to first in the inning. That was one heck of a play at second base. Salmons hit it hard, but the second baseman on a short hop stayed with it to make the play. That was well done by Keith Bodiford to end the inning for the Bruins. And USJ did push one across, but they leave the bases full of Bruins. And we'll move to the third inning. It's 2-1. Harding Academy with a 1-1 lead here at USJ on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 and WNWS.com.
Hi, I'm Anna Soranko of Outback Steakhouse. Sale, sale, sale. There's never been a better time to buy. The proprietor's out of town and we're turning them loose at .com.
Ian, stop. You're a nice guy. Just be you. Why are you trying to sound like Dan Reeves? Just be you. Let's roll tape again.
Hi, this is Ian Insulaco with Outback Steakhouse here in Jackson. I'm sure that you know we're a national chain, but did you know that I'm from Jackson and a JCM graduate? Much of my staff and I have been together here at Outback Steakhouse for 15 years. Yes, we are a national company, but here in Jackson, it's all about local. Our pledge, it's always fresh in the Outback. I'd like to thank you, Jackson, for your help in making Outback Steakhouse in Jackson the shining star of the Outback family. And I personally invite you to have dinner with us at Outback Steakhouse, Jackson, Tennessee, 194 Stonebrook Place, or take advantage of curbside takeaway to go by calling 664-9000. That's 664-9000 or OutbackSteakhouse.com. Outback Steakhouse in Jackson. No rules, just right.
You're listening to USJ Sports on News Talk 101.5 FM, WNWS Jackson.
On to the third inning we go. Casey Hartford, the third baseman for Harding Academy, leading off the third inning against Tucker Smith. First pitch, a slow roller to shortstop. Booster Cabin scoops it and over the wall at first base. One pitch and 1 out. Dan Reeves, Coach Joe Holloway.
Pitcher, Bam Cochran.
Dan DiFilippo producing and directing, doing a marvelous job as always. Paul Schulze, Lawson, and Michael Osborne with our digital TV production crew. You can watch the game at WNWS.com. Bam Cochran, the catcher, the right-handed hitter, stands in there with 1 out and nobody on base. Smith's pitch fouled back and out of play. It's 0-1.
And Cochran was a strikeout victim his first time up, Dan.
Be a good inning for a quick work for Tucker Smith here.
Yes, get out with about 10 to 12 pitches and get back to the dugout.
The 0-1 pitch in the dirt. 1-1. That would caught the umpire on 1 hop.
Dan, long before you were born, the old Boston Braves / Milwaukee Braves used to wear socks like this with the red stripe in them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I like that look, Coach. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Oh, beautiful curveball. He tried to check his swing, and they say he did. So it's 2-1. Got a Robinson joy to text asking who the umpires are. We don't know. The men in blue. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2.
I've seen the umpire on the bases before, but this is my first time to see. Now, some others said they have seen the plate umpire before.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Bam Cochran. Tucker Smith working out of the windup on coils, fires, foul, back and out of play. Down the first base side, right over the Harding dugout. Harding Academy, as Coach Joe pointed out, they look like the old Montreal Expos uniforms. And my friend Chuck Powell, you'll remember that, Chuck. They look like the old Memphis Chicks a little bit, don't they? 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 gone. Here's the 2-2, softly hit back to the mound. He'll field it in the air. Well, Tucker Smith for out number 2. So Smith with a soft liner right back to the mound. 2 batters and 2 outs. Now Drew Stanford, the designated hitter. Drew hits from the left side of the plate against the left-handed pitching Tucker Smith. Now, last inning, Smith got the first 2 batters out before the rally started, and Harding Academy scored a run. We'll see if we can get out of this with no damage. Fouled back and out of play on the first pitch, and Tucker Smith now is getting ahead of all the batters in this inning.
And you want to stay ahead. Dizzy Dean, the late Dizzy Dean said, oh, those bases on balls.
I know it. The killers, aren't they, Coach?
Drew Stanford, the 3rd Stanford in the ball game. 2 on USJ, 1 on Harding Academy.
A lot of Stanfords. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Curveball in the dirt. Remember our buddy Bobby Cox when he was managing the Braves. That's one thing. Just drove him crazy. Walks.
Bobby Cox did a much better job than a lot of people give him credit for managing the Braves.
Sure did. He certainly didn't lose that series against Minnesota, did he?
No.
High chop at third base. Browse has to wait on it to come down. It fires the first low, and Wall is unable to dig it out. It was kind of an in-between hop. A very tough one to handle for a first baseman. Wall did knock it down, but Stanford will reach first base on E3. Or, pardon me, E5.
Yeah.
I think Eli thought he had to hurry more than he did because he had to wait for that high chopper to come down, Coach.
And it did. It didn't want to come down. It was trying to defy the laws of gravity.
Now Jacob Simmons, the right fielder, stands in there with 2 gone and a runner on first. Jacob hits to the right side of the plate. First pitch is outside, ball 1.
Stanford with a medium lead.
Tucker Smith working out of the stretch with a runner on first base and 2 out. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Ball 2. Well, would have been a quick inning had that play been made, but now the inning is extended. We'll see if Harding can take advantage. 2-0 to Jacob Simmons. Stanford down at first base. Here's a 2-0. Hopped him up. Shallow right field. Over comes the right fielder. This one is hanging way up there in the wind, but a nice play to make the catch out in right field by John Stanford. That ball carried all the way out to near the warning track when it got up to that wind. So, no runs, no hits. 1 left on base for Harding Academy in the 3rd. We move to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's Harding Academy 2, USJ 1 on Jackson's News Talk, 101.5 and .5digital.com.
We put money in your pocket and leave your land like it should be left. Wade Norris Logging.
Are you a landowner seeking options for your timber? With 25 years experience, Wade Norris Logging will advise you with the best solutions for harvesting your timber. Quality work and caring for the land are reasons Wade Norris was named Tennessee Master Logger of the Year. As a landowner, you deserve the best price when selling your timber. Wade Norris will find the right market for your valuable commodity. Questions about your timber? Call Wade Norris at 731-664-9386. That's 731-664-9386. And to read what others say about Wade Norris, log on to WadeNorrisLogging.com. Wade Norris will get you the best price for your timber. Call 731-664-9386. That's 731-664-9386. And visit WadeNorrisLogging.com.
We put money in your pocket and leave your land like it should be left. Wade Norris Logging.
Now back to USJ Baseball on News Talk 101.5 FM and .5digital.com.
On to the bottom of inning number 3 we go. Harding Academy has a 2-1 lead over our USJ Bruins in the second round of the district tournament. The winners bracket, both these teams won their first round games. Jake Overton, Eli Browse, and Taylor Howell do up here in the 3rd. For the Bruins, Jake Overton is the second baseman, hitting from the right side of the plate against the right-handed pitching Noah Sharp. My name's Dan Reeves, along with Coach Joe Holloway. Dan DiFilippo producing and directing. Sharp, first pitch. Outside ball one.
Jake 0 for 1, grounded to the short, his first plate appearance. Love to get that little leadoff man on in this inning.
1-0 on the corner, called strike one. The 1-1, the curveball upstairs, 2-1. Major League Baseball, coach, not much happening right now. Full schedule to come later. Only game in progress. Red Sox lead in Minnesota 9-1. That game in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 2-1 is out of the zone. It's 3-1. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Fouled back to the screen to run the count full.
And Jake, good contact hitter. Saw the pitch he wanted, dipped his shoulder just a little bit and got a little under that one.
Payoff pitch. In the dirt, ball 4, and the Bruins for this second inning today have the leadoff man on base. And now Eli Browse, the third baseman, will bat for the second time this afternoon.
And Coach Bill giving him a little instruction. Last time Eli was up, he struck out and was under the ball on all of his swings, even the ones he fouled off.
The Generals won last night, 4-0 down in Mobile. They got another game down there today against the Bay Bears. Generals return home Monday night for a 10-game homestand. Eli Browse with a runner on first. Nobody out. It's in the dirt. There goes the runner down to second base. Is Overton will swipe second. And now the Bruins with a tying run in scoring position in the bottom of inning number 3. Harding has a 2-1 lead over USJ. Nobody out, and Eli Browse at the plate with a count of a ball and no strikes. Here's Sharp's 1-0. Curveball fouled back to the screen. It's 1-1.
They were playing Eli for a bunt then. Now the first baseman backs up a little bit. He was standing on the grass prior to the delivery, and they have backed him up. Now, I don't think Eli was bunting even on the first pitch.
No, he would have knocked that one down his throat. Sharp working out of the stretch with Overton on seconds. Sharp takes a look back to second base, now fires. Lined foul down the first base line and out of play. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Eli Browse. Here's the 1-2. Curveball downstairs. It's 2-2.
Eli wanted to bite at that one, but good discipline again at the plate not to.
He did, and you don't see Jack Peel's Bruins swing at many balls out of the strike zone, do you?
They do a good job, and they have a good mastery of it. Sometimes they know it better than the umpire.
There's a 2-2, popped him up. It's sky high. This could be trouble in this wind. Out goes the first baseman into shallow right field. He's going to drop. And Browse digs to second base. He's safe there. And stopping at third base is Jake Overton. I don't know, Coach. I might have got to give that one a base hit because of the wind. And the Bruins have something cooking here in the bottom of the third inning with Browse on second and Overton on third base and still nobody out. How do you score that, Coach?
You do score a hit, and I had to think about it. First of all, the first baseman, right fielder's got to come on hard on that. The first baseman has zero chance of catching that baseball. Even if the wind's not blowing, he's not going to get it.
So that brings Taylor Howell, the catcher, to the plate with runners on second and third and still nobody out for the Bruins. Harding has a 2-1 lead. First pitch to Howell, a curveball, caught the inside corner, strike one called.
Yeah, and Taylor Howell flied out to center on that last at-bat back in the second inning.
0-1 to Taylor Howell. Here's the 0-1. Line drive down the third baseline, foul. Oh, boy. That was just foul down that third base line.
I'm going to be honest with you. That one's fair. 2 runs are across the plate before the guy can even get it back headed towards the infield.
Taking a look at it on WNWS.com.
I thought Browse got a great jump down at second, too.
He did. I mean, Howell ripped that one. 0-2 to Taylor Howell.
Let's see if Sharp toys with Howell a little bit on this pitch.
Jake Overton standing at third base. Eli Browse at second base. Nobody out. Bottom of inning number 3. Harding Academy has a 2-1 lead. Taylor Howell in 0-2 hole. Here's Sharp's 0-2. Soft liner left field. This may drop, and it is going to drop in for a base hit. Coming home to tie the game is Jake Overton. Eli Browse had to hold up at second to make sure that ball was going to get down, so he'll stop at third base. And an RBI single by Taylor Howell has this game tied at 2 apiece. In the bottom of the third, Coach, it's still nobody out.
And we'll get a pinch runner, Dan. I did not catch the number of who's running, but
Milam running for Howell.
Braden Milam is the pinch runner, Coach.
Very good pinch runner. Also pitches a little bit. Did a great job the last outing we saw.
Now the coach's son, Rhett Peel, with runners on the corners. Still nobody out. We got a brand new baseball game. In the bottom of the third, we're tied at 2 apiece as the Bruins now have out-hit Harding Academy 4-3. So here's Rhett Peel. Let's see if he can launch one into this wind. Sharp comes set. Fires inside. Ball one on Peel.
Of course, Rhett, his first time up, grounded back to the pitcher as that high chop. But what a night last night.
Oh, what a game he had. Ball and no strikes to Rhett Peel. Runners in the corners, nobody out. Here's the 1-0. Hit hard into right field. That's a base hit. Here comes Eli Browse. He'll score. And the Bruins take a 3-2 lead. A sharp single to right field for Rhett Peel. And the Bruins still with nobody out. Keep it rolling here with 2 runs in the bottom of the third to take a 3-2 lead, Coach.
And a good piece of hitting. There was a hole you could have driven a Mack truck through. The second baseman was shading up the middle and spending a lot of time toying with the runners and stuff. And they were playing the middle because there was no runner on second. But what a great job. Rhett Peel is on a hot streak.
Now Kyle Stanford, who doubled last inning to start the rally.
He sure did. Scored that first run for USJ.
Runners on first and second. First pitch to Stanford is inside. Ball 1. Noah Sharp had been cruising for the most part until Stanford doubled with 2 outs last inning. Now Cal stands in there. A ball and no strikes. Runners on first and second. Outside 2-0.
And wouldn't be surprised to see him taking, although he's had a hot bat of late.
2-0. Stanford, the 2-0. Call ball 3. I don't know where that was at. We'll take it, though. 3-0. On Kyle Stanford. Here's a 3-0. It hit him. It hit him. Stanford's going to take first base, and the bases are full of Bruins with nobody out. And John Stanford will hit in an RBI situation. This may be all for Sharp.
And John Stanford had the first RBI for the Bruins of this game with that single.
You can close the book. Well, not just yet on Sharp. He still has runners. He's accountable for all 3 runners on the base.
Now pitching Jack Wakefield.
Jack Wakefield will be the new pitcher when we return. The Robinson Toyota text line says Clay Haddix is behind home plate and Paul Hutchinson is on the bases. Boy, you folks on the Robinson Toyota text line, you people are brilliant. Thank you for sending that in. We'll step away for 60 seconds. The Bruins have taken a 3-2 lead. Still nobody out and the bases loaded when we return on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 and WNWS.com.
It's the thrill of the grill event, now at the Home Depot, where the Kingsford Lone Star Charcoal
Make it 30 seconds,
special
Stan,
line
please.
is $99. You'll save $50. Its durable cast iron grates and extra large surface can handle up to 24 burgers at a time, making you the undisputed grillmeister on the block. Get a fresh take on spring with the Kingsford Lone Star Charcoal Grill. Just $99 only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid through May 31st while supplies last. Selection varies by store.
Very little in our complicated, busy lives is convenient. But here's something that is. Reagan's Convenience Store. Reagan's at 412 Airways, just off 45 bypass, makes it easy to do business with them. You'll be in and out in a flash. Whether you want a gasoline or deli sandwiches and snacks, or the coldest beer in town, you'll find what you want and get it all with friendly service. American owned and operated. Reagan's Convenience Store also offers commercial charge accounts on gasoline with approved credit. Reagan's Convenience Store, 412 Airways, home of the coldest beer in town.
Now back to USJ Baseball on News Talk 101.5 FM and .5digital.com.
Pitching change here at USJ Ballpark for Harding Academy. Here's Coach Joe Holloway.
And number 8, Jack Wakefield comes on, taking over a bases-loaded situation. First hitter he'll face will be John Stanford, but Noah Sharp responsible for the 3 men on base, and he has given up 3 runs and 5 hits, walked 2, and 1 hits batsman.
3-2, 2 runs are in here for the Bruins in the 3rd inning. It's still nobody out for Kyle, or make it John Stanford. Kyle is on first base. His brother. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Runner down at third base is pitch runner Braden Milam. Brett Peels at second base. Kyle Stanford drew a walk. Well, he got hit by pitches at first. Here's the 1-0. It's outside, 2-0, and no place to put John Stanford here.
We'll take a walk. If it wasn't a bases-loaded situation, you could bunt on the pitcher Wakefield. He falls off just enough to the right that you could get one down the third baseline.
2-0. Here's a 2-0. Called strike 1. All that outside corner. Two balls, 1 strike. On John Stanford, nobody out, bases loaded. Here's the 2-1. Outside, it's 3-1. And another exercise in patience at the plate for the Bruins. Just wouldn't chase it.
No, he wouldn't chase it. USJ wants at least the deep fly ball here.
Here's the 3-1 on its way. It's way outside, ball 4, and Braden Milam will cross home plate, and the Bruins take a 4-2 lead. And now Nate Wall, the first baseman, will stand in there with the bases full of Bruins, and still nobody out, Coach.
And Nate really worked the pitcher hard, that being Sharp at that time, for a walk in the last inning. But he's capable of getting a big hit here.
Out of the stretch with the bases loaded. First pitch, a high chopper into left field. That's a base hit. Peel will score, and that's all the Bruins are going to have time to do. But a nice single to left field off the bat of Nate Wall for the RBI, and the Bruins take a 5-2 lead. Kyle Stanford stops at third. John's at second, and Nate Wall's over at first base for that single, and back to the top of the lineup, and Van Pustakevich, the shortstop. Base is still loaded, Coach, and still nobody out.
That's right. Pustakevich has no official at-bats. He's walked twice today.
First pitch, curveball, a beauty, called strike 1.
Now they're making him throw a strike.
Yeah, why not, you know?
Yeah. Good baseball.
0-1 to Pustakevich. Here's the 0-1 curveball, high chop to second base. Oh, and he lost it. Everybody's going to be safe. And the Bruins score another run as Kyle Stanford crosses home plate. He just lost the handle out there at second base. He fielded it cleanly, did Keith Boniford. And, Coach, he went to take it out of his glove and underhanded the shortstop, and he just lost the baseball.
And that happens sometimes. May have even got stuck in the webbing when he pulled it out and he loses grip.
The Bruins now take a 6-2 lead. Still nobody out, and the bases remain loaded for Cade Salmons, the center fielder for USJ. Cade hits from the left side of the plate. First pitch fouled back into the crowd. It's 0-1.
Cade, a good contact hitter.
Yeah, Coach, the young man's name on the mound escapes me.
It is Wakefield, Jack Wakefield.
Wakefield out of the stretch with the bases loaded, fires, fly ball left field. That should be deep enough to get a run home. Here's the catch, the tag at third base, and scoring easily for the Bruins. Crossing home plate is John Stanford, and USJ takes a 7-2 lead.
Kind of like last night's explosion, Dan.
Yeah.
That bring up second baseman Jake Overton.
Now the second baseman, Jake Overton, 1 out, and Bruins on first and second. 6-run inning in the third. Last night, the Bruins had a 5-run inning, and followed that up with a 7-run inning, I believe.
Jake walked his last time up. Matter of fact, he scored.
First pitch, curveball, swing and a miss, strike one.
Took a little off of that curve, too. Jake was out in front.
Jake is the number 3 hole hitter. So this Bruin lineup, the mid portion and the back end of it, doing a lot of damage these first 2 games. The 0-1 is outside. That'll even the count at a ball and a strike on Bruins first baseman, or second baseman, Jake Overton. Jake hits from the right side of the plate against the right-handed pitching Wakefield. USJ's taking a 7-2 lead here in the bottom of inning number 3. 1 out and runners on first and second. The 1-1 on the outside corner called strike 2. That's the best pitch he's thrown, Coach.
It really was. Of course, Jake has a slightly open stance, his back foot right at the very back of the box.
Could be a big out here for Harding. 1-2, slow roller third base. He'll have to hurry, bobbled the throw just in time to get him at first base. The runners on first and second advance up 90 feet. So now with Eli Browse, the dangerous Browse in the batter's box and 2 gone. The Bruins have runners on second and third. USJ's pushed 6 runs across here in the bottom of the third to take a 7-2 lead over Harding Academy. Eli Browse hits on the right side of the plate. Will hit in an RBI situation.
Runners will be going at the crack of the bat with 2 outs.
Wakefield out of the windup, uncoils, curveball, inside, ball 1.
Now Eli wants to keep his hands a little loose and wants to level that swing out a little bit, and he can drive it a long way.
The 1-0, downstairs, 2-0. The 11th batter of the inning for the Bruins. The 2-0. Lined into right field. That's a base hit. 1-run scores. Rounding third, digging towards home is Christy Cabbage. He'll score. And the Bruins take a 9-2 lead. Oh, boy. An 8-run third inning, Coach. I mean, the wheels have come absolutely off of Harding Academy, but USJ, like last night, they're just hitting the baseball.
And that's what it's all about.
So Browse singles home 2 runs. Taylor Howell, the catcher, will bat with 2 outs and runners. Now it's Browse is the lone base runner. He's on first base. 7 hits for the Bruins. First pitch, curveball, a beauty, called strike 1.
Taylor Howell, of course, 1 for 2, had a single here in the third, flew out to center field back in the second.
Wakefield out of the stretch. The 0-1 hits sharply to shortstop. Fielding, he bobbles it. Everybody's going to be safe. It's one of those days. Howell hit it to shortstop sharply on the ground. It was fielded cleanly, but Murphy's Law settled in here for Harding Academy. Couldn't make the play. It's shortstop by Wooten. Braden Milam will come in to run for Howell, and now Red Peel, who has an RBI already this inning, will hit with 2 outs and runners on first and second. USJ with 8 runs here in the bottom of the third, and the inning continues.
Rhett Peel very capable of rattling that fence, and with the wind blowing, if he could get one up in that right center gap, it might go all the way.
You ain't kidding. Wakefield out of the stretch with runners on first and second. First pitch, curveball, stayed inside. It's 1-0 to Peel. Red did a great job of hitting his last time up when he singled to right field to knock in a couple. Here's Wakefield, 1-0. Comes set, fires, outside, 2-0. Now Red is in the driver's seat.
He would like to get one of those fastballs right down the middle of the plate right now.
If he can go to right field with it, get it up in the air, it'll be bye-bye baseball. 2-0 to Red Peel. Here's Wakefield. Takes a look at second, fires. Chopper up the middle. It's knocked down. And then Stud not going to have time to make a play. Great effort by the second baseman behind the bag to corral the baseball. Bodiford got a glove on it, but he had to dive to do it. And everybody's safe. That reloads the bases as Red Peel will get credit for a single. And now Kyle Stanford, the left fielder, with the bases jammed, bats again this inning.
Hit with a pitch and his at bat here in the third inning and scored.
First pitch to Stanford, way outside, gets by the catcher. Here comes another run. Eli Browse will score from third base, and the Bruins take a 10-2 lead. Peel and Milo move up 90 feet, so runners on second and third with 2 outs, and that's going to be it for Wakefield. 10-2, USJ. We're still in the bottom of the third inning. USJ scored 9 here in the third. We'll take a 60-second timeout for the pitching change. USJ 10 and Harding Academy 2 on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 and WNWS.com.
What? 30 seconds to tell them about Rockin' Dough Pizza? Here goes. Try Rockin' Dough's ZZ Tots, shredded potatoes, cheddar, Havarti with a sriracha aioli. Or the Blues Burger, blackened beef, blue cheese, arugula with truffle mayo and a balsamic reduction. The Cuban Grinder with pork, ham, Swiss, pickles, garlic, basil aioli, and a grained mustard. The Super Freak Pizza, my favorite. White sauce, spicy Italian sausage with caramelized onions and honey. And their fantastic Sunday brunch. Rockin' Dough in the Jackson Walk Plaza, a slice of the good life.
I'm Mark Donahoe with the Donahoe Firm. Although my criminal defense cases get a lot of publicity, I'm well versed in civil litigation and use my trial skills to obtain favorable verdicts and maximize results for my clients in many other areas. I've represented doctors, lawyers, businessmen, law enforcement officials, and juveniles. If you have been injured or you have a business dispute or something as simple as a will or any criminal matter, let us put our experience to work for you. The Donahoe Firm, representing you when it matters. Call me for a free consultation, 731-736-4422. That's 731-736-4422, or visit DonahoeFirm.com.
Now back to USJ Baseball on News Talk 101.5 FM and .5digital.com.
Builder, Kyle Stanford.
Kyle Stanford will hit. Here's Coach Joe Holloway to tell you about the pitching change for Harding Academy.
The right-hander, Evan Oles, comes on. He inherits 2 runners and a 1-ball, no-strike count. And a lot of trouble. There's a good contact hitter at the plate.
Base is full of Bruins, and Kyle Stanford with a 1-0 count in the batter's box. First pitch, line to right center field and deep. Way back down near the track. It's down into power alley and will roll to the wall. 1 run will score. Here comes Peel. He'll score. And digging to third base in a stand-up triple, Kyle Stanford, and USJ takes a 12-2 lead. Holy moly, Coach. These Bruins have brought their wood with them today.
And again, like I said earlier, they started just like last night. Started slow, but boy, have they come on with the sticks.
John Stanford will hit. 10-run lead. for the Bruins, bottom of the third inning. First pitch to John, downstairs, ball one.
John has walked, and also he has got an RBI single, and Greg Van Story says to tell Chuck Powell to remember the good old Tomcat days. Says we're doing a great job.
Curveball called strike one. Ball and a strike, 2 outs, runner on third base. Oh boy, called strike two. That one.
No, because the way the Bruin, most of their hitters are off the plate a little bit, that is not a strike.
Ball and
it's not
2
even
strikes.
close.
Down one to Stanford. Here's the 1-2. Fouled back to the screen. We'll do it again.
Got a piece of that one, but where a lot of the Harding batters crowd the plate, USJ gets a fair. They can reach the outside corner if they have to, and they get a good look, and they can hit the inside pitch a little better.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the 1-2. Bouncing ball towards second base. Fielding it on there. Gets under the glove into center field. Kyle Stanford will score, and John Stanford will reach first base with an error, and the Bruins take a 13-2 lead. Holy moly, this third inning is about 45 minutes old, Coach.
It is one of the craziest innings. The young man had to charge that one, but he didn't have his glove low enough, and that one didn't take the hop that he was expecting. It hopped a little bit, it stayed low.
Flattened out just before it got to him, didn't it? Now Nate Wall will hit, the Bruins first baseman. First pitch, curveball, that's outside, ball one.
And Nate had a single his last time it up. He walked in his previous trip in the second inning.
Got a great at bat. One of the keys to success for this inning. Popped up behind home plate. That'll reach the crowd. And even the count at a ball and a strike. This has to be the windiest start to the month of May I can remember, Coach. It's like March.
Yeah, I think Mother Nature's got her months reversed.
1 ball and 1 strike. Way outside, it gets by the catcher. That's a wild pitch back to the screen. And down to second base goes John Stanford. The Bruins with yet again a runner in scoring position here in the third inning. USJ scored 12 times here in the third to take a 13-2 lead. Believe it or not, the Bruins came into this inning down 2-1. Oh, it hit him. It hit Nate Wall, and Nate just shrugged that one off like he had a bulletproof fastball. That was a fastball, too.
You know, Nate's a tough kid. In Major League, somebody be running out there with ethyl chloride trying to freeze it right now. I like tough people.
Well, let's see. Is this the third time this inning Booster Cabbage to bat? 12 runs this inning.
This will actually be the 4th time he shows up at the plate. 2 of them are unofficial because he walked.
So the 3rd time this inning for Booster Cabbage to bat.
Well, this time it was just 2nd time this inning. He hit in the 1st, he walked. 2nd, he walked, was on with an error in the start to 3rd. So this will be a 2nd time in the 3rd. We got more changes, Dan.
Back to the bullpen for Harding Academy. We'll step away for 60 seconds.
Well, I think Oles is staying on. They're making a third base switch.
Okay, all right, we'll keep it right here. So coming in to play third base, looks like that young man is Preston Ford. Coach, I don't remember. It's been an hour and a half ago. Who led off this inning for the Bruins?
Well, let's go back all the way, and it looks like Jake Overton led off with a walk in this inning.
So if we make it down to Overton, he's already batted twice this inning.
Yes.
Here's Stan Booster Cabbage with the runners on first and second and 2 outs. First pitch way outside, ball one. USJ has a 13-2 lead. And, Coach, I don't know if the run rule, if it doesn't kick in until the fifth inning. There's nothing before that?
20 and kicks in before that.
1-0 curveball, swing and a miss. They'll even the count of the ball and a strike. It's good to see Jerry Marsh and Chad Goff out here umpiring last night.
Yes, very
Those
good
are
job.
Two of the best in the business on any level, you know.
And the pitcher, they're bringing the coach out. Base umpire went in and said something to him, or he said something to him first. Don't know whether we got an injury or what. Everything seems to be okay. Well, now they're going to let the coach go out there and talk to him. Must be hurting in the chest a little bit, Dan.
Well, as coach said, the second base umpires went to the mound to chat with the pitcher. And now both umpires are chatting it up with the head coach for Harding Academy. It looks like we're going to resume play.
Yeah.
With a count of a ball and a strike on Thad Pustakavich, the Bruins have scored 12 runs here at the bottom of inning number 3 to take a 13-2 lead. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Leadoff man Thad Pustakavich hitting for the 4th time today. Here's 1-1. Curveball upstairs. It's 2-1.
And Dan, the short and second baseman are playing heavy towards second, especially the second baseman. So there's a couple of holes for Pustakavich to work through.
2 balls and a strike to Thad, who played a great football career at USJ. The 2-1. Fast strike on the inside corner. That'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And if we said for Tucker Smith, the same thing holds true here for Oles. He wants to get the batter on this pitch because you don't want to 3-2 where the runners are moving.
Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the 2-2. Line drive, center field. But right at the center field, and it played perfectly to end the inning. So, the Bruins, to say the damage is done would be the understatement of the century. 12 runs crossed home plate in the Bruins' 3rd inning. We'll move to inning number 4 when we come back. It's USJ 13 and Harding Academy 2 on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 and WNWS.com.
USJ.
Do you have cataracts, glaucoma, or any form of eye disease? At Hughes Eye Center, our physicians include residency-trained optometrists, surgical ophthalmologists, retinal surgeons, and oculoplastic surgeons, all right here in Jackson, Tennessee at Hughes Eye Center. There's no need to drive to Memphis or Nashville for your surgical eye care needs. Call 664-1994 to schedule your consultation. At Hughes Eye Center on Stonebridge in Jackson, that's 664-1994.
When you step into King Jewelers, you're stepping into a family-owned business with nearly 30 years of experience. Let Grover King set you up with estate jewelry or the amazing Citizen Echo Drive watch, as well as custom-designed jewelry. King Jewelers buys gold and silver, offers Rolex repair, as well as watch and jewelry repair. Check out the selection of gemstone jewelry and diamond stud earrings. Store hours are Monday through Friday, 9:30 till 5:30 and 10 till 2 on Saturday.
King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, and a brand new King Jewelers location in downtown Jackson.
Now back to USJ Baseball on News Talk 101.5 FM and .5digital.com.
To the 4th inning we go.
Second baseman, Keith Bond.
Tucker Smith still on the mound with the Bruins. He's cruising along. The Bruins have a 13-2 lead here at the top of the 4th inning. Smith fires. It's outside ball 1. Leading off for Harding Academy is the second baseman, Keith Bodiford.
And he's 0 for 1. One of the things you want to worry about, Dan, is tightening up with that long set by the pitcher.
Swing and a miss. That'll even account of the ball and a strike. One ball, 1 strike on the leadoff man here for Harding Academy. The 1-1 is outside. 2-1 on Keith Bodiford. Robinson showing a text. Read it to you in a moment. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. Said I thought it was 15 after 3, or is it 20 like the coach said? He knows baseball.
Well, I know the
That's for
softball
sure.
rule is definitely 20 after 3. And usually they keep baseball and softball together.
Soft liner, second base. Oh, and it's knocked down there. He'll have to hurry and won't have time to throw him out. So that's going to go. I'm not sure how coach is going to score that one. Jake Overton knocked it down. He couldn't make the play, so the leadoff man is on base for Harding Academy. And now to the top of the lineup, and Jared Kirkman will hit against Tucker Smith.
I'm going to have to give him an error on that. That's one you can handle.
On at first base. Here's a beautiful bunt out in front of the mound. Smith will field it. He'll have to hurry, and they're not going to get him at first base. So the first two batters on base here in the fourth inning for
Kirkman with the bunt single.
Harding Academy, and now Ty Wooten, the shortstop, will hit.
And Wooten's been hit by a pitch and walked in his 2 plate appearances.
Nobody out. Runners on first and second. For Harding Academy, Tucker Smith has given up 4 hits today and 2 runs for USJ. Has a 13-2 lead he's working with. Runners on first and second. Here's Smith's pitch. Strike called. You got a big lead like this, Coach. That's what you want. Just throw strikes.
Throw strikes, make them put the ball in play. You let your fielders help you out.
Wind still gusting up to 28, 30 miles per hour out of the west, blowing from left to right field here at the ballpark. The 0-1 pitch. Downstairs, that'll leave an account of a ball and a strike. USJ Bruin Baseball presented in part by Garrett's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. You want to have the Garrett's come out and check your unit before it gets show enough hot, don't you, Coach?
Yeah, absolutely. Those units take a beating every year, so have them checked out.
They'll come out and look it over.
Well, even if it just needs a little Freon put in there or whatever, sometimes a little tune-up doesn't help, makes it more efficient, use less electricity.
They just come out and give mine the old tune-up. Charlie Garrett and family. The 2-1 curveball and a beauty called strike 2 on that inside corner. Garrett'sPlumbing.com. Call 668-3339 for Garrett's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Smith. Sharply hit on the ground. It'll get through for a base hit into left field and load the bases. Stopping over at third base is Boniford. Kirkman stops on second, and Ty Wooten with a single to left field to load the bases with nobody out. We're in the fourth inning. USC with a 13-2 lead. And now Noah Sharp, who's a tough out with nobody out, and the bases full of Lions.
And he's 1 for 2 with that base hit back in the second.
First pitch, beauty, ball, strike 1 on that inside corner. Tucker Smith has pitched well today for the Bruins. He'll have to work to get out of this. Here's the 0-1. Curveball knocked down and hit in front of the plate. And a beautiful play by Taylor Howell to make sure a run didn't score by knocking that one down.
There's about 3 pitches that's really giving Taylor a workout today. Bruin infield's at double play depth, so they're willing to give up a run for an out, or hopefully the double play.
Ball and a strike on the dangerous Noah Sharp. Here's Smith. Here's 1-1. Popped him up. That could be trouble with this wind. Out goes the second base, but he'll make the play in shallow center field for the first down. That was a nice play. Much tougher than it normally would be. But Jake Overton made it look easy with all that wind for the first down. That's a big out, number 1. Now the double plays in order to get the Bruins out of the inning as Chris Swanberg, the first baseman, hitting from the left side of the plate with 1 out and the bases loaded. In the top of the fourth inning, the Bruins have a 13-2 lead. Smith's first pitch, a beautiful curveball called strike 1.
Yeah, and Swanberg's so close to the plate he couldn't have gotten his hands extended and gotten that one. He'd been out in front of it too far.
0-1 to cleanup man Chris Swanberg. Tiger Smith comes sets. Here's 0-1, curveball, bounced down the first base line, foul. It's 0-2.
And Swanberg 1 for 2. He got a single back in the first, fly to center in the second.
King Jewelers bringing you USJ Broad Baseball. Recently won the Reader's Choice Award. When it comes to jewelry stores, King Jewelers, the best selection of jewelry at the best prices. Grover, Blue Eyes King. The new location on Liberty Street and the original King Jewelers location, 16B Conrad Drive, and Mother's Day is just around the corner. You can make Mom happy with a visit to King Jewelers. Man, she'd love a nice estate piece, you know?
Yes.
Here's the 0-2 to Swanberg. Smith comes set, fires. He had to fight that one off to stay alive. Fouled. It's over near the Bruin dugout.
Well, you know, the hand's part of the bat, and that got a little bit of his finger on the top hand then.
Text us on the Robinson Toyota text line. Let us know where you're listening and watching today's game. 277-5155. The 0-2, curveball, bounce to second. Over to second for 1, to first, not in time. So a run will score. Crossing home plate is Bonifant. And Harding Academy's put run number 3 on the board. USJ still leads it comfortably, 13-3. Now 2 gone and runners on the corners.
That'll bring up Preston Ford.
Preston Ford will hit now.
Yes, he's in for Hartford.
Smith fires, fastball, strike 1 call. Carlock Nissan of Jackson, 273 new cars sitting over there. And a nice inventory of used vehicles as well on Van Drive at Carlock Nissan. The 0-1 popped him up. This one may drop in shallow center. On comes the center fielder to make the catch. A gorgeous catch out there in center field by Kate Salmons to end the inning. Great job by Tucker Smith, only to give up 1 run after the bases were loaded and nobody out. So we'll move on to the bottom of the 4th inning. USJ in control, 13-3 on Jackson's News Talk, 101.5 and WN and WS.com.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. Termites are swarming right now, but you already knew that. But did you know this? Quality termite protection at your house shouldn't cost $300 to $400 per year. That's an insane amount of money to have your home protected. Did you know that almost every builder in West Tennessee chooses us to do their termite pre-treatments? Before some door-to-door salesman convinces you to spend thousands, call us first to see if we pre-treated your home. People always ask me, do you answer your phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? My answer is always the same. When you need someone, you'll find them, and I want that to be us. Please give us the opportunity to earn your business for all of your termite needs, ants, and man, they're bad this time of year, spiders, including brown recluse, flea, tick, wasp, mice, and wood fungus, floor supports, or anything else that has to do with your home. Give us a call 24 hours a day at 660-1052. That's Southeastern, 660-1052.
Now back to USJ Baseball on News Talk 101.5 FM and .5digital.com.
Kate Salmons leading off the bottom of the 4th inning for USJ.
Center field.
Evan Olds, the right-hander on the mound for Harding Academy. This game is brought to you in part by our friends over at Home Pros Restoration. Need a roof replaced? Need a bathroom remodeled? From your roof to your floor and everything in between, it's Home Pros Restoration, commercial and residential. Call 736-0711. 1-0 to Salmons. The 1-0 is bounced over the mound. They'll have to hurry at shortstop, and he won't even make a throw. As Salmons was digging down that first base line, he'll have a single to open up the 4th inning, and there's Kate takes second base as the ball was Harding Academy just fell asleep on the infield and sandwiched when the ball was tossed back to the mound, took second base.
Very smart on his part. You ever notice how the man that made the great play leads off the inning? Well, that's what happened.
You know? Yes. Now it's Jake Overton, the second baseman. With Sandwich on second and nobody out in the bottom of the fourth inning, he'll bunt it down the third base line. It'll go foul.
Hit too hard and had too much spin on it. And Jake's 0 for 2. He walked back in the third and scored in the third. He's grounded out twice. Be big to get one more run back in, give you a little cushion. And Harding, if you could shut him out in the fifth, the game would be over. Of course, it would be over if you just hold it to a 10-run and you can shut him out in that inning.
And on second base, that's Salmons. Overton at the plate. Slow rolling to shortstop. They'll have to hurry. They try to throw behind the runner. He's safe at second. Wow, he called him out. Holy moly. I don't mean to laugh, but that wasn't close.
Third base,
man, if you don't want to umpire, you probably shouldn't come out here. I'm sorry. That's just not fair to the kids. That far out of position and just to call him out.
It was a high tag. He got under that one.
It wasn't even close. And I don't want to carry on about umpires. I haven't said anything all day, but, man, that just looked like lack of efforts. You know, you can miss a call, and I have no problem with missing a call, but to be lazy and then make a call like that, I can't go along with that.
My grandfather called that getting wool gathered. I think he got wool gathered on that call.
I know these guys are not professional, and they do a great job for the most part, and you're going to miss a call because you're human. But that was lazy, and he was safe by wasn't even close. That's all I'll say. I don't get on umpires very much, but here's a line drive, single into left field for a base hit. Eli Browse continues his hot hitting, Coach.
He sure does.
Catcher, Taylor Howell.
And that young man, like I said, he can lose baseball for you in a hurry, Eli. He'll hit that thing, and when he hits it, he gets it all.
Now Taylor Howell bats, the fine catcher for the Bruins. 13-3, USJ with a big lead. We're at the bottom of the fourth inning. USJ with a 12-run third inning, Coach.
Well, that's an explosion.
Here's Howell hitting from the right side. First pitch swinging, popped it up. Behind home plate. The catcher makes the play in the circle there. So 2 outs. That was a fine play by the catcher. That was hit high into the air in this wind, and he located it and made the play.
He really did. Stayed with it, made a good play. 2 for 3 for Rhett Peel, who's coming up. That play at second base now becomes a very pivotal play in this ball game, even with the big lead.
So now Rhett Peel will bat with 2 outs. And Milam down at second base. Peel takes the first pitch inside, ball 1.
Outfield straight away for Peel.
Brad has some power up there. Here's the 1-0. It's way outside, 2-0 on Rats.
Good discipline. They've not given him anything to hit yet. I'd like to see that number 1 come right down the middle of the plate right now.
2 balls and no strikes and Rhett Peel. The Bruins with a big lead here at the bottom of the fourth inning, 13-3. Here's the 2-0. Hammered, left field and deep, way back there at the track, at the wall, looking up, and this ball is gone! Rhett Peel with a 2-run bomb over the left field wall, and the Bruins take a 15-3 lead. Holy ball! That was a 3-run shot, was it, Coach?
Yeah, that's the reason I'm holding up those 3 fingers.
16-3 Bruins. Oh, boy. Red hammered that one.
Thank you, Rhett. He made me look good. I told you if they threw that number 1 down the middle, what was going to happen.
You called it, Coach. So Peel goes yard, and now left fielder Kyle Stanford. Boy, that was a shot, wasn't it?
Yeah, it got out here against the wind because remember the wind's blowing from left field to right.
Line in the right field and deep, but a nice catch out there in right field as Kyle Stanford hammered another one. So we'll move on to the 5th inning. Harding Academy, they've got to score at least 4 runs or this game will end in the 5th.
USJ.
After 4, it's USJ 16
3 runs.
and Harding Academy 3 on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 and WN at WS.com.
Do you know who to call if you need to have a room painted? Do you know who to call if you need an addition or have repair work done around your home or office? Who would you call if you had storm damage or a pipe burst? Make your first call the first people I would call. Home Pros. The number is 736-0711. Put that in your phone right now, 736-0711. All of the workers at Home Pros are licensed, insured, and complete custom builders. They do work the right way at affordable price without sacrificing the quality your home deserves. Have you ever had a mildew or moldy smell coming in your home? Ever wondered about mold inside or under your house? Call Home Pros today for a free inspection. Home Pros will work with you and for you during any insurance claim at your home to make sure your house is better than ever before. Call the people that I would. Home Pros, 736-0711.
That's right, Bill. No one does it better than Home Pros Restoration. Call today, 736-0711. That's Home Pros Restoration. Call today and get the free home inspection, 736-0711. Home Pros Restoration.
You're listening to USJ Sports on News Talk 101.5 FM, WNWS Jackson.
To the 5th inning we go. It's USJ 16 and Harding Academy 3. So Harding Academy going to have to score some runs this inning, Coach, or they'll be run ruled.
That's right. And USJ got that little cushion they needed.
Leading off is Bam Cochran, the catcher for Harding Academy. Smith, first pitch is out of the zone, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is popped up, foul behind home plate, and that'll reach the stands. And even the count at a ball and a strike.
I like the way Taylor Howell stayed with it. He made sure it was the stands because with the wind, of course, the wind's blowing that way. But I've seen catchers give up on balls on windy days that be blown back in the stadium before.
I remember a left fielder giving up on one a few years ago that hit the wall. Remember that one?
Oh, yes.
Pac Bell.
Yes.
One Barry Bonds. The 1-1 is fouled back and out of play. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Tucker Smith on the mound for USJ. He's gone the distance. At the top of the 5th inning, he's given up 5 hits, 3 runs. The Bruins have a 16-3 lead. Here's the 1-2. Curveball, bounce to third on one hop. Eli Browse comes up with it and fires to wall at first base for out number 1.
Good play. You can count on Browse. If he gets his glove on it, most of the time, he shoots it over there.
Drew Stanford.
Now the designated hitter, Drew Stanford, 2 hits from the left side of the plate against the left-handed pitching Tucker Smith for USJ. 12 runs in the 3rd for the Bruins, and then 3 more in the 4th on a 3-run shot off the bat of Rhett Peel, a 16-3 lead. First pitch swinging, a bouncing ball. It's a slow roller to second. On the move, and a nice play for out number 2. I mean, that was a well-executed play by Jake Overton over the wall for the second out.
Really hustling in there, did a great job.
Now Jacob Simmons, the last hope for Harding Academy. He hits out of the 8-hole, the right fielder. Pass to the right side of the plate. Here's Smith's first pitch, a curveball, swing and a miss, strike 1.
That one had a little juice on it then, Dean.
Sure did. That was more like a slider, wasn't it?
Yep.
0-1. The 0-1, a beautiful curveball, called strike 2 on Simmons. Tucker Smith is 1 strike away from going the distance with a complete game win here. For the Bruins, here's the 0-2. Just off the corner with a fastball, it's 1-2.
Well, just missed on that one.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs at the top of the 5th inning. The Bruins have a 16-3 lead. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that's the ball game. It'll end in 5 innings. Run rule. USJ wins it 16-3 to take the first 2 games here in the postseason. We'll come back with the totals and the highlights. It's all USJ today on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 and WNWS.com.